delicious. That looks like... Oh, it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Indeed it would appear so, though only a prototype, naturally. Oh, so you got here then? Yeah, Gina, we all took the same carriage. Gina, well done for finding this. Why did we not carpool? And in such little time. You've really worked miracles. I mean, I had a gun to the carriage driver's head the whole time. He sure was fast then. It's Toba here, is the miracle worker. Woo! I'm blind. I got salt in my eyes. Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. He looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer? Oh, sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here. Oh, what a shame. Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate. I mean, what? I don't know what Gina tells me. We only found it thanks to a clue you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to, say, go to Paris with a debt of gratitude unpaid now, would I? Thanks. Anyway. If you're hoping to snoop around in here, I'll get cracking. If Zeke's and the Fit are on their way here as we speak. Them again. That damn Fit. I imagine you've got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types. Right.
Isn't Van Zeke also a lawyer?
Not prosecuting lawyer, but yes. So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we have the chance. You shobs. Pardon? They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do to lawyers. Very droll, Gregson. Very droll. It's a good thing I'm neither great nor a detective. I mean, you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model. Right then. Let's see what we can find in here. Do he got a booty? Not really. Now, this appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say? Not really. Sorry, that's way more funny. That's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. I have no doubt that if you hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away. What?
I'm joking.
It's a Royal Society trophy. He's not even humoring that. It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honor. Ah. Would you like a massage? No, I'm fine. Thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. I think it's becoming increasingly clear. That's very obviously not a back massager, Mr. Naruto. Alright, fine, sorry!
I was making a joke!
That there's much more to this Mr. Enic-Drebber than conjuring tricks. I couldn't agree more, my dear madam. He's awfully conceited keeping a trophy in his workroom. What about you, Mr. Naruto? Wouldn't you like to take it with you? Oh boy, it's my turn to steal something. For your tired shoulders, of course. It was a joke! It's curious, though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere and not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times. I don't know, should I bite the... Hey, look at that!
Hey, look, arrows!
It's a European-style quiver of arrows, with steel bolts inside. So it's more like a quiver of bolts, you might say. Because they're two completely different things. Oh, do you suppose? I don't suppose nothing. Crossbow bolts these. And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds. In other words. Yup, that's more evidence to support your theory. All goes to show that Drebber was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of this whole scam. Ah! I'm so glad we didn't get a separate piece of evidence. I'm so glad we didn't get a separate piece of evidence for the bolts. Can't imagine what it would be like with that, right, Miles Edgeworth 1 and 2? This door doesn't want to open. Ah, looks like it's got a pretty hefty lock on it. There's a specialist locksmith on his way over from the yard, so hands off till he gets here. With permission, Inspector, I could have that lock open in less than a minute. Well, you don't have permission, and no one's given it to you. Gregson looked as though he really enjoyed that. Well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. That surely means nothing, though, because obviously someone could be, I don't know, sleeping or trying to be quiet.
Or there could just be objects of evidence.
No. Drebber must have fled at the first sign of danger. Ah, model plane. What on earth is this tiny train? An aeroplane, Mr. Naruto. One day, scientists believe that it will allow humans to fly, so we're still before airplanes?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Is that how the trick would be described, is it? Sorry? Well, it's actually suspended by a thin but very strong cable, isn't it? In the future, every aeroplane is going to be suspended from a strong cable. Where would the cable be attached to? Obviously the sky, Miss Susato. Oh, well, this model is, yes, but a real aeroplane would actually fly high in the sky. While suspended from somewhere even higher in the sky. Because large metal objects obviously can't really stay in midair unsupported. So to you, the solution is ever taller towers? It's fucking...
I like to imagine Reno's face just being like a sarcastic little shit.
I know that. So I know that fear of flying in airplanes is like a common thing. I don't hear anybody ever talk about fear of boats because for me, logically speaking, I think boats are way more terrifying because like you can't have a multi-million-pound metal object, stick it in a body of water, and just expect it to float and or not tip over. Like, airplanes seem like it just maybe
They're
it's just
at least
because
designed.
maybe it's just because I've been in more airplanes than on high like open ocean, open water boats. But like airplanes seem to make way more sense to me. I don't know what it is. Can't click on the train, of course, because nobody likes trains. They're my favorite mode of long form transportation, but nobody likes them. So, yeah. Like trains? I like trains. I'm sorry, Mr. Naruto. That machine is covered by the special dispensing... There would be serious repercussions if you were to examine it from the Crown and the government.
They don't care, but...
Well, those two don't seem to be holding that back. It's quite hollow inside, no working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No loose change dropped on the floor or nothing, not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fella. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? Ain't that the truth? I think that's just these two, Miss Susato. Huh! Something must have fallen over in that locked room over there. Yep, that's what happened. Is something wrong, Miss Susato? Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, do you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it all. What do you reckon, Toby? Ow! It's me nose! You're getting it all wet! Right, mind the grease. What? Whoever's in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard. Come on. my. Someone is in there. Ah, this rotten bleeding lock. If only there was someone here that specifically said they could open it. If only! My dear Gregson!
With a gun that could shoot it.
My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were countenanced, I could unlock that door in less than a minute. If only! I feel like I'm being hurtful on purpose now. Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Just get us through that blasted door. I got it. That was really quick. You confused minutes with seconds, I think. Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for? Mr. Sholmes, how did you open it so quickly? It was a push door, not a pull door. Well, that would do it. Nothing for, I suppose. This is an emergency. There's a strong possibility that beyond that door is the engineer you all seek.
Or a captive.
Be prepared for action, my dear fellow. Yes. Honestly, the thing that would blow me away the most would be if we found another corpse. That's like the wildest thing I could possibly imagine. Ah, it wasn't a corpse. It was a bomb! What? No! Whoa! I lied! That's way worse! What? What's happening here?
It's a bomb!
Why is everything upside down? What? Not everything's upside down. Right, say no one in here after all. But there must be. It was only moments ago that we heard those noises. It's not like anybody could have climbed through that window on the ceiling. Maybe there was the sound of Drubber running away. But there's only one door in this room.
There's a window right there.
Susato, turn around. And no windows that can afford an escape route. Those skylights are obviously too high, not like everything's knocked over and they climbed on top of it and knocked it over behind them. That's ridiculous.
It's not like there's a fucking bomb in the
Oh my
middle
god.
of the room.
What the fuck? What's that up there? Are they foodie prints? On the ceiling? Blow me. No, seriously, I'm horny. What have we got here then? I need some wood. Looks like someone was trying to burn something in a hurry. That's crazy. It's almost as if they had just been quiet. They could have gotten away with it while we were in the other room investigating. It looks like a set of blueprints. To what? That Professor Hairbrain's bombing machine it is. Blimey, if we'd had these, we could have had no need to try to muck around about trying to investigate all that scrap metal. There's something of great interest here, too. I found... What's the funniest
Body!
A body has been discovered.
Rope.
This rope was flying at the floor at the foot of that pillar. Still trying to think of a punchline. What's the funniest thing he could find? I found a quarter to add to my... No, I found a stamp to add to my collection. I haven't seen one of these in years. This baby's worth a cool nickel.
Shilling.
A cool shilling and a half. It's not worth very much in today's money, but
I found a waxworth head.
No, it's even funnier. I found a stamp that was originally priced at 1.5 shillings. In today's value, this very rare stamp that has been out of commission for years is worth 2 shillings. That's a whole half shilling more than its price was before. Yes, this is a joke about penny collectors. Seriously, they're fucking loser. I'm not gonna knock somebody's collecting, but like seriously, like it's so funny because I remember in school once we had like a documentary on collectibles and like types of stuff that people collected, and it was talking about coins at one point, and it was like how much the price of certain pennies have gone up, and it's like, well, this very rare penny is worth a cool 12 cents, and I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
My dad went out and got a bunch of pennies at one point when everyone thought that they were gonna get rid of the penny so that he can melt them down.
Oh yeah, no, I think that there are pennies that are worth a lot, but it's funny because like you'd have to go really far back before it actually.
Or they'd have to be very misprinted.
Yeah, misprints as well is the thing that those are good prices for collectors, but misprints do not actually have a monetary value. It's all
Depends on it. Depends on which one.
No, you wouldn't be able to use it as currency. If we're talking about coins, you would not be able to use it as currency. So it does not have monetary value.
Oh yeah.
It has collector value, which can vary wildly. Like you said, it's. I remember in that same documentary they talked about a misprint quarter. You know how if you flip a quarter horizontally, you're supposed to be able to see images right side up. They had it misprinted and it was flipped vertically. So if you flipped it vertically, both sides would be right side up. That was worth like fucking $10,000, and I was like, that's insane because that's such a
one quarter that was misprinted had two heads.
Yeah. No, people will pay a lot of money for that. But again, if I just had one of those, I could spend it and nobody would bat an eye. And it's so funny. Anyway, sorry, we were talking about fucking Sholmes and his very obvious being funny. This rope was found at the foot of that pillar. A rope? What's significant about that? Well, you can use it for all sorts of things. Drapes it over one of the ceiling rafters. Like hanging yourself.
Or swinging.
Or swinging. Those are the only two things that come to mind, though. You see, but you do not observe, Mr. Naruto. We must investigate the entire room thoroughly. Aw, man, there's so much shit in here, though. What is this bomb-like contraption? I'm saving that one for last. There's no denying it, is there? There are footprints. Yes, it would appear so. And I simply can't imagine how they came to be up there. How did there get to be pig prints on the ceiling?
Is that a shoot up or something?
Isn't there a shoot up or something like a Susanto ticket? I mean, I'm no Wonder Woman, Mr. Naruto. That would make her almost superhuman, I suppose. That's a really lovely model. It looks just like a real flying balloon. I think it's probably staying aloft on the same principle as a full-size balloon, using gas. A green flying balloon. It does have the hallmarks of that amazing deception that at the Great Exhibition, doesn't it? Could it be? Could this be the balloon that carried the fake bird cage? That the whole thing was planned here in this very workshop? That's crazy. Almost every piece of furniture is upside down. Even Mr. Sholmes' suite isn't ever in this much of a mess. What's with the fucking drive-by? You're in no position to comment on Mr. Naruto. Oh, really? You want to go back to our apartment and show me where the fucking mess is? I actually have my place organized, thank you. Mr. Sholmes just has a fucking violin above the fireplace and acts like it's a coincidence whenever it falls in and we have to go buy a replacement like a fucking goldfish for a 12-year-old. You what? Nothing. Sorry, that was way funnier than I thought it would be.
Just the whole, what?
Just the idea that every once in a while they just bump the fireplace, the violin falls in. They're like, shit, gotta find a new one now. And he never notices. Just like a kid with a goldfish.
She's like Iris and her goldfish.
God damn it. No, Iris would definitely know. Iris is Sholmes, but with common sense. But I suppose it's not quite the same thing, is it? I mean, it's not messy in here, per se. It's that everything is literally upside down. But why?
There's a bomb here.
I don't know. I feel like that bomb is right side up. What now? And I feel like there's several things in this room that are right side up. It's not like everything is upside down. I mean, I'm kind of confused on how that bed specifically got turned upside down, but like that chair on the other side of the room, that's not really upside down. It's more like turned over. Anyway, that's a very large safe. I don't suppose even... I don't know. I feel like if he was able to unlock that door in 0.2 seconds, I feel like that combination lock...
He probably already had it unlocked.
Yeah, it's just like, it's already open. He just fucking knocks on at the top oh god. Who's the guy from Happy Days? You know who I'm talking about, the guy that bumps the top of the jukebox and starts playing. He just does that, he bumps it, and it just opens wide. It's already open, see?
How'd you do that?
Magic touch. If I could remember the guy's name, and he was like, I have a very distant relative by the name of meh. He jumped a shark once. It was really cool. I love that sorry, not to go off on too much of a tangent about fucking Happy Days, but I love that that's where that phrase comes from, jumping the shark, when a property is gone off the rails, literally comes from Happy Days, where they literally jet ski jumped over a shark. And I was like, when I heard about that the first time, I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Anyway. Although if you were a thief, you could just steal the entire thing, I suppose. I don't know if that's directly related, but there's a great moment in the first season of Breaking Bad where they just do that. You meet a... I forgot you watched Breaking Bad. But yeah, no, it just...
Or they just steal
they just steal an ATM machine! And it's like... I always knew that was a possibility, but like, you get to see the workings of what would happen, and it's like, oh yeah, no, you gotta fucking drill holes in that thing just to get it out of the ground, and then to get into it, you have to drill fucking
even more holes.
No, it's a very humorous scene until it isn't. Just like most of Breaking Bad, honestly. It's bolted to the floor to prevent exactly that sort of underhand trick, Mr. Naruto. Well then, you could just steal the floor as well, I suppose. Where does it end, Mr. Naruto?
Steal the earth.
Might as well just steal the whole fucking house. I mean, I might as well. Can you just imagine that? I'm sure that's like some sort of kids show did that at one point. It's just like, while someone's on vacation, they just come home and their whole fucking house is gone, just ripped right out of the foundation.
I mean, this one's gonna be too if that bomb goes off.
Anyway, I think we can agree that whatever is inside must be very important. Otherwise, wait, no, actually, no, I'm kind of in agreement with that now. How the fuck did the lamp get perfectly turned upside down? That's crazy. Mr. Sholmes, do you have any insight there? Mr. Sholmes, have you found... what are you looking at there? Now, Mr. Naruto, yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this? Let's see. I've never seen anything like it before. Is it some sort of English clock? It looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped up in a... Oh my god, it's a bomb! Mr. Zetto, what's the matter? That's a... Surely that's a time bomb. Isn't it? I'd say it's more of a pipe bomb. Yay! What? What? How did we all miss that? A time bomb? Sorry, but what's time? What's a time bomb exactly? Huh? Ah ha ha! You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruto. A bomb is something that blows things up. I think you'd know this, coming from the East, after all. What? It's where they invented gunpowder.
Fireworks.
Fireworks. What?
I have never set foot outside until I had to come here.
The joke is that they were invented in China and he's Japanese. You don't know nothing, do you, Otto? You haven't got a clue what it is either, have you, Gina? Of course I do! I know what a time bomb is. I advise you to consult a dictionary later. Oh god, remember dictionaries? Remember when the entirety of human knowledge wasn't just in a device you can keep in your pocket? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Remember when we had it when we were in school and we had to do like research in the library?
I can't.
And had to use the.
I lived in a time before smartphones, and I still can't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular, yeah, go ahead.
Encyclopedias.
Oh god, encyclopedias, it seems so stupid to me now because they're even. You can have a whole volume, or not volume, but you have a whole collection of encyclopedias, and there will still be stuff missing from it. Whereas just one site on the internet will have more knowledge than physically possible to put in books.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a very similar appearance.
It's a pipe bomb.
Oh, well, thank goodness. But then, what is it?
It's an atom bomb.
Let's stop making jokes. I see, so that's it. Goodness, Mr. Sholmes, have you seen to the heart of the matter? Oh, I should probably double check something. There are times when I consider my lot most unfair, for I'm fated never to know how it feels to flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself. Doctor Strange. Oh, you mean... Why is my thing stupid? I'll set a timer now. Me. Or I'm fated to never to know how it feels to... Yeah. But... I have learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, Miss Susato. So make sure my alarm for Astrid is off. There we go. Everything is all good now in the neighborhood. I've learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great... I feel like I read that too. Here we go. I feel great deduction coming. I've actually missed this segment. Once again, I can draw two conclusions from the scene we see before us. The first is that the inverted nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Drebber himself. Oh, but how could you... And the second conclusion, I still want to point this out because I think this is one of the best parts of this game. When Iris did one of these deductions, everything she said was completely correct, and it just goes to show that Sholmes just relies on Iris a little too much, or before Iris, Watson, just a little bit too much to kind of filter out his nonsense. And the second conclusion is that the small device on the floor there is, without question, completely genuine. Please, Mr. Sholmes, you must explain everything. It would be a pleasure.
I love hearing myself talk.
I just want at the end of this, just like when we've completed it, it's like that it actually is a time bomb, and the time remaining on it is 5 minutes ago. How long ago was it that you checked? 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Oh no. After all, it is a great detective's civic duty to teach Scotland Yard the finer points of the trade. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Well, Inspector Gregson seems delighted with the idea anyway. Good one. Oh, you deflected the inspector's glare with such fortitude there, Mr. Sholmes. Well done. You're too kind, my dear madam. I hereby dedicate this great deduction to you. Kindly stand just there, Miss Susato. Oh yes, I'd be delighted. So, shall we begin? Once again, Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.